Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. We got the New York Mets versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Francisco Lindor, Bryce Harper, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, at NW Sports Fanatics. The game is on ESPN. New York Mets, Philadelphia Phillies. Should be a good one. Marcus Stroman versus Chase Anderson. We finally got the season started off for some of these teams that have been waiting to get the first game. I know on MLB Network, the Nats are playing right now as well. So it should be a good matchup. Hop in the room and join your boy. Let's watch some MLB, trying to get the, obviously, MLB coverage off the ground. And like I said, as the matchups get better and better, I'm hoping to do more Dodger matchups as well as my Seattle Mariners here in the Pacific Northwest. New York Mets, Philadelphia Phillies, live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, at NW Sports Fanatics. So it looks like this game is going to be starting here in just a couple minutes. So I'm kind of anticipating a pretty good matchup. Well, obviously we know the New York Mets are 0-1 and the Philadelphia Phillies are 4-0. So they're going to try to keep that streak extended to go to 5-0. And I'm excited to see what it brings, because obviously we don't have a whole lot going on. WrestleMania is going to be on the weekend, so I'm going to do a live stream on Saturday and Sunday. Then you got an NXT TakeOver as well. But in the meantime, I can do a little bit of MLB coverage. We know Sam Darnold got traded to the Panthers yesterday too, so I ended up doing some coverage with that. Did a video earlier today kind of going over the quarterbacks and the potential that some of them are going to have as they go into their new teams. The MLB season is underway, so we're going to be getting really close to this Phillies-Mets matchup that's going to be starting here in just a couple minutes. WrestleMania this weekend. Again, it should be pretty exciting. I saw the day 1 and day 2 card. I'm going to be doing a live stream watch party for that as well. NFL draft at the end. Obviously, at the end of the month, which will be very exciting too. So we'll have to kind of see where it goes. And I know a few people will be hopping in to join your boy. And like I said, there's not really a whole lot going on right now sport-wise. So at least if we have something to watch where we can talk NFL, MLB, wrestling, whatever you want to talk about, I'm here to chill and do it. He said, I got the Nets winning. You got the Nets winning. What are we talking about? Are we talking about the NBA? Is that what you're talking about? You talking about the Nets or the Nats? Obviously, with the Nets, it's a super team cash out. You know that. Los Angeles Lakers will have something to say about that. If you're talking about the Nets with KD and Kyrie and Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge and James Harden, we'll see where it goes. But I'm going to keep putting in the grind. Like I said, I don't follow the Mets and the Phillies game in and game out. He said Mets. Okay. I figured that's what you meant. But who knows? You know, people like to talk about all kinds of things on the channel. Some people like to talk about the football when the baseball's on, baseball when the football's on, wrestling's on, whatever it may be. It should be good, though. Obviously, Francisco Lindor got that big contract, so he's one of the big superstars there. He's must-see TV. Pete Alonso is must-see TV. If you watch the Home Run Derby or watched anything Pete Alonso, you know that he's a stud at first base. You know, Lindor at shortstop, one of the best in the business. And then you go to the Philadelphia Phillies on the flip side. Obviously, we know Bryce Harper. He made a name for himself on the Nats, and now he's over on the Phillies. And they got a few guys there, JT Realmuto, and they got Gregorius over there, Juan Segura, that used to be on the Seattle Mariners, so I'm kind of familiar with him. But the big name is obviously Bryce Harper. But I don't think anyone thought that the Phillies would be 4-0 at this point. So I'm kind of excited to see where it goes. There's not going to be a whole lot of sports or wrestling really going on today. I know NXT I believe is going to be on today. If it's not on today, starting next week or this week, we're going to get that switch. So you'll have Monday Night Raw, you'll have NXT on Tuesdays, then you'll have AEW on Wednesday, and then we shift over to SmackDown on Friday. And I know we're going to have NXT TakeOver. They're going to be doing that a couple days during this week. Is it like Wednesday and Thursday? It's like 2 different days. And then I know we're going to go to WrestleMania on Saturday and Sunday. But I'm excited. Francisco Lindor, the man that they paid all the big money to, as he's on the TV right now. If you want to pull up on the TV, ESPN, and then also love Pete Alonso. So those are the 3 guys that I'm going to be watching today besides the pitching staff. Francisco Lindor, all right, Pete Alonso for the Mets, as well as Bryce Harper on the Philadelphia Phillies. The new Fiend to fight Randy Orton. So the rumor, what I was hearing, Cash Out, is that you might have Alexa Bliss there, and the Fiend that shows up might be Bo Dallas, all right, dressed up as the Fiend, right? And then the actual Fiend might show up at the very end. So I'm not too sure if that rumor is true. I'm not sure if that's really what's going to happen. But it's interesting to kind of see if that's the route that they're going to go. I mean, I'm not too sure if that's what they're going to do. But obviously Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt are brothers, blood brothers. So we'll see. Might be possible that they go that route, but nothing will surprise me personally. All right, Francisco Lindor batting second. All right, Chase Anderson pitches to Brandon Nimmo. Let's go, baby. Hopefully we get a few other people that hop in the room and join you, boy. Like I said, I'm typically doing NFL, and then I'll do college football, right? And then I'll do wrestling. And then, usually I don't really dip into March Madness, but I was there for the championship game for the men's where we saw Baylor beat the brakes off Gonzaga, right? And then when it comes to the NBA Finals, I'll probably do the Nets and the Lakers, a few. But like I said, I'm trying to grow the network. I'm trying to grow the brand. And if I can get into as much baseball, I'm just going to be more educated about all the players, just like I am in the NFL. And like I said, nothing else is on, so your boy's going to grind. I'm going to put in the time, and I am one of the hardest working, YouTubers that's out there. And I'm also going to be doing a full-time job starting tomorrow, so that's going to get a little bit challenging. I'm going to work 8 to 4:30, so we'll see where that goes. But I'm going to keep putting in the work. Chase Anderson, first pitch, four-seam fastball, foul ball. Next four-seam fastball, 91 miles an hour, a 90 and 91, pitching good. Count is 1-1. Big swing and a miss. All right, sit down. Nimmo hit the bleachers. First strikeout for Chase Anderson. New York Mets and Philadelphia Phillies, live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash the fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. So if you're going to watch baseball and you're not familiar with a lot of the players of the teams, there's certain superstars of the league, and Francisco Lindor got one of the top 5 contracts, just like Mike Trout did, just like Fernando Tatis Jr. did, who went down with an injury when swinging last night. So this guy is must-see TV. If you're not familiar with him, get to be familiar with him. He's one of the studs and stars in this MLB league that we're watching right now. 1-1 count. First one was a ball. Cutter. 89 miles an hour, then a strike looking and a four-seam fastball, 92 miles an hour by Chase Anderson. Another right strike right down the middle. Lindor got to get on base. Yeah, I'm wondering to see if it's true, Cash Out. Fouled away. But Francisco Lindor popped up, and he's out. Not the way that you wanted to start off. Strike looking, ball, strike looking, and then popped up and out. But like I said, Pete Alonso, must-see TV. Francisco Lindor, must-see TV. Bryce Harper, must-see TV for at least the guys that are playing right now. So it's a big part of me wanting to pay attention. Like I said, there's no other games that are televised here until I get to like the Mariner game, a little bit later tonight, and there's a few others. But obviously I'm going to have to wake up pretty early, and I got to exercise, eat dinner. I got a lot of other things I got to do. prep myself. And like I said, I got a couple days with this job, and we'll see where it goes. And if they still need me at the spot, then I'll continue working there. But at least, when you go through the temp agency here close to my house, they'll give me different opportunities to be able to find work. And the pay's pretty good. Usually the pay will be like $16 to $20 to start off. So like I said, I can grind it out with YouTube, and then I can grind it out on here. I'm excited for the new opportunity. All right, Conforto up to bat. First pitch is a ball, a cutter, 88 miles an hour. Chase Anderson on the mound. 2-0 count. 92 mile an hour. See what they can do. 4-0 for the Phillies. I don't think anyone anticipated that. And obviously we know with the Mets and Jacob deGrom, they were supposed to match up with the Nats, but the Nats had a lot of that COVID, so they had a delay. And I know they were playing the Braves on MLB Network, so I was kind of switching over to there as well. New York Mets versus Philadelphia Phillies. Live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. Michael Conforto. 27 homers, 28, 33, and only 9 last season, but it was kind of an anomaly just with COVID and everything. So we'll see if he gets back to that 20 range this season. Little dribbler down first base. 1-2-3 inning. You think the Bucks would have won the Super Bowl if y'all got to Tannehill other than Brady? No. I mean, if we had Tannehill, I think that we would have had a good opportunity to get somewhere between 10 or 12 wins. If he stayed healthy, because obviously Tannehill's not as good as Brady. Let's be clear about it. But I love Tannehill. I think he was the second quarterback that I wanted, or first. Besides Brady, because I didn't know if Brady would be even willing to come. But I think Tannehill would succeed. I think Tannehill could have gotten our team to an NFC championship game, but I'm not sure if we would have been able to beat the Packers with Tannehill. I mean, sometimes he's prone to mistakes. Brady's a little bit more clutch. But you never know. I mean, it's possible with the defense that I had and the O-line and everything that they had that they could have, made a little bit of a run. But, I mean, with the great teams that were there, you had the Washington football team, but Alex Smith was hurt. Then you ended up having the Saints. There's no guarantee that I would have been able to beat the Saints with Ryan Tannehill, let alone the Packers and Ryan Tannehill, and then the Kansas City Chiefs with Ryan Tannehill. I mean, the defense obviously was a big part of it, but I root for the guy. But as long as I got Tom Brady, I'm living life. I'm loving life. I know he went to Disney World today and the dark side. They tried to talk to him, and he says he already got his team. And I'm always seeing what Brady's up to on social media. I'm excited for the opportunity to see what he can do as we go into the next season. That's big facts. I mean, with the running backs that I had, with the wide receiving core that I had, Gronk there, the defense that I had, it's possible that they could have won it with a guy like Ryan Tannehill. Because I think most people think Ryan Tannehill is not a top 10 quarterback. Sometimes he plays like one, but he's like maybe 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, somewhere in there, somewhere like kind of outside the top 10, kind of like a Kirk Cousins. But with that roster and that defense that I had, I mean, it's definitely possible that they could have made that deep run. All right, here we go. Marcus Stroman with Toronto, 21 starts, 6-11 record. All right, then with the New York Mets, 11 starts, 4-2 record. 2.96 ERA to 3.77. Home runs allowed, 10 and then 8, obviously with the Mets. So the Mets have pitching. I remember when they used to have DeGrom and Matt Harvey. They had plenty of guys that could have made it happen. So I'm interested to see if they can end Bryce Harper and the rest of this Philadelphia Philly crew, since they are undefeated, and you don't have too many teams that are undefeated after the first 4 or 5 games in the season, and that's big facts. And I think they might be the only undefeated team left. Let me take a quick look, because I know they're undefeated, but I'm not sure if anyone else is even undefeated at this point. Let me take a peek. I think they're the only one. As I'm looking right now, yeah, they're the only undefeated team at this point. 4-0. Usually have a pretty good gauge of things for all the reading that I do. But I hope everyone's having a good day. We got the New York Mets versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash the fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. We can talk baseball. We can talk NFL. We can talk the NFL draft. We can talk WrestleMania at the end of the week. Anything you want to talk about on the channel, I got it right here. Not a good start for the Mets here. Ball. Strike looking. Come on now. Wow. Yeah, the Bucks are stacked, my guy. The Bucks are stacked. Definitely can go for 2, for sure. That's you talking about the Nets when your team is the Nets of the NFL. Hey, but dude, a lot of people doubted all the Saints fans and all these people would always talk shit. And I've had Jameis, and I was a shitty football team for a long, long time. So it makes me feel good. I'm not bandwagon Brady. I'm not bandwagon Buccaneer fan. I've been there since 1995. You know what I mean? And they really built the team through the draft. Yeah, you had Gronk and AB. Yeah, you had Brady. But look at all the pieces that I drafted. Tristan Wirfs, Antoine Winfield Jr., Devin White. I mean, those are really big key pieces where they hit perfectly on those players. And then Tristan Wirfs is one of the best offensive linemen already in the league. Antoine Winfield Jr. is already one of the better safeties in the league. And Devin White is a top 4 linebacker already. You got Bobby Wagner, Darius Leonard, Fred Warner, and you got Devin White. I don't think I have seen anyone play better than Devin White besides Ray Lewis, at the linebacker position. And that's big facts. 0-0 here, bottom of the first inning. Runner on first base. Marcus Stroman on the mound. Pitches to Alec Baum. Yeah, I'm not really sure how much really Brady cheated. I mean, I think a lot of it was Bill Belichick, trying to get the advantages, with the film, deflate gate, maybe deflating the football, telling the trainers or the guys on the sideline. But I don't necessarily think that Brady was kind of like the ringleader of like, all right, we got to cheat to win. I mean, I kind of see Bill Belichick as kind of that guy, maybe Josh McDaniels, Bill Belichick, Robert Kraft. I think this Brady was kind of more of an accessory. Of course, I feel that he probably knew about some of the things, maybe didn't know about some of the things because Bill Belichick seems kind of like a private guy. I'm not sure how much he's going to share, with everything that he knows. But I feel like kind of Belichick is more of the kind of mastermind of the cheating. So I think Brady's legacy with the cheating isn't going to be hit as hard as time goes on. I think it's going to be more Bill Belichick. But even that being said, they'll probably not be that big of a deal down the road. To fans other than New England or Belichick, they'll probably put the pressure on. But, I mean, you got to think Brady winning it somewhere else. It's not like, he can only win it with Belichick and cheating and only win it there. I mean, his legacy as being the best of all time, he's goated, man. I mean, 10 Super Bowls, 7 championships, and you might be able to get 8 for 11 if we win it again. I mean, as long as Brady's there for the next couple years, I'm confident that we can do some damage and get pretty far. Baum grounded out into a double play. Second to shortstop to first. Joyce out at second. So now we have someone new up to bat. Come on, Bryce. Bryce Harper got to wait on that count a little bit longer. End of the first inning. 1-2-3, 1-2-3. 1-2-3 in the top of the first, bottom of the first. That double play killed him, and then you ended up having Bryce Harper swinging at the first pitch. I hate when baseball players do that. You never have a shot. Never got a shot to be able to get anything good. I mean, unless it's some shitty-ass pitcher on the other side. All right, baby. And get things adjusted here. New York Mets versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. Hey, if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. Soto walk-off. Nice. I know that they were playing the Braves on MLB Network, Wangati, and I was watching it for since like maybe the fourth inning when they switched it over because they had some of the other games that were on earlier this morning on there. So I was wondering how it kind of was going to end. Take a quick look at the scores. Yankees 1, Orioles 0, bottom of the second. Reds 5, Pirates 0. Cardinals 0, Marlins 1. Red Sox and Rays knotted up at 0. Tigers and Twins, I believe that was on this morning. That was 4-3, final and 10. The Twins finally drop one. That's interesting. Nats 6, Braves 5. The Braves still don't have a win. That's brutal. Are they 0-4 now? Man, if you're a Braves fan right now, you're probably hating life. 0-4. Wow. Especially with Albies and Acuna and just all the Freddie Freeman, just that talent right there. But obviously, I know you were waiting to see your team get out there. Soto is great. Absolutely love him. Astros 4, Angels 2. See what kind of cheating we got going on there. Brewers and Cubs are on later. Blue Jays, Rangers, Diamondback, Rockies later. Dodgers and Athletics. I'm definitely going to be peeping that. White Sox and Mariners to see if the Mariners can come back from the loss yesterday. And then the Giants and the Padres. Hopefully, Fernando Tatis Jr. is okay. But Soto is one of the best hitters in the game. Wangati, big facts. All right, here we go. Must-see TV, Pete Alonso. And, if you're not a fan of New York, there we go. There we go. Pete Alonso is a hitting fucking machine. You paid all that money to Francisco Lindor. He's must-see TV. Top 5 contract. Pete Alonso's must-see TV. And we'll see what Bryce Harper can do today. Nice double right there. Right up the middle. I love it. Let's go. So the NBA is broken with LeBron is trying to get Curry to come to the Lakers. No shit, man. Odin's Child, my boy. Grinding it out, man. You know what I mean? You know me for NFL. You know me for college football. I'll do some wrestling. Your boy is working hard, trying to expand the channel, working, my guy. AEW? AEW, what, tomorrow? For Dynamite, I know they have the other shows that they do, like on Monday nights for like Dark and with Paul White with the Giant. Obviously, big show. And then, obviously, NXT is going to be on today, obviously on Tuesdays, or either this week or next week. And, so I'll try to do as much. The shitty thing is, since I live in Oregon, when I get wrestling, I always get the West Coast, so I never get it live. So you guys get Raw, your time. I got to wait till 8 p.m. before I get it, so you guys get it 3 hours earlier. The only thing I can get is AEW Dynamite if I link into the AEW Dynamite TNT app. Then I can watch AEW Dynamite live at the same time the East Coast people do. And every once in a while, I'll try to maybe do a live stream of that. But I don't get Raw live. I don't get SmackDown live. I get it 3 hours later, which kind of blows. So, and I know, it's streamed on YouTube. I know they're doing some AEW things on there. So I'll probably try to take a peek. But like I said, I'm trying to expand a little bit. Yeah, but like I said, I try to watch as much AEW. I try to watch as much wrestling as possible on top of MLB and then the NFL draft coverage. And then we're getting closer and closer to the NFL draft as well. Did a video earlier today just going over the kind of the situation of the quarterbacks, new teams. So if you didn't get a chance to check that out, I'm always grinding. Got a new job today, so I'm going to be working about 1.5 miles from my house. So it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be 8 to 4:30, and we'll see how it goes, and I'll be grinding it out. So it feels good that I got a new full-time job, full-time YouTube. Your boys are always grinding, working hard, and then I'm just trying to expand the channel here with the MLB coverage. And as long as I keep grinding it out, by the time we get to the playoffs, for the MLB, I imagine that'll be the end of year one, and I'll have a pretty good established following, and I'm trying to do as much as possible. I guess can't be lazy. I'm always reading and I'm always watching film. But like I said, I can always catch up on wrestling and other things. I always try to, get Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW Dynamite, AEW Dark. We got NXT TakeOver coming up. I believe it's Wednesday and Thursday. I'll be doing a WrestleMania live stream on Saturday and Sunday. Odin's Child in the building. Those are some pretty cool cards that you showed me last night. I know you don't give a shit for the Raiders, and I know you don't give a shit about the Buccaneers, obviously players, but some of those cards, you got the Justin Herbert rookie, right? You ended up getting the Mike Evans rookie. You know what I mean? Some pretty decent pieces there that you got, and I imagine you got a few others. Big strikeout by Chase Anderson. Yeah, but 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday. I was trying to do part-time and then just do the YouTube thing to give myself plenty of time. Ooh, Mike Trout with the fucking bomb. Wow. But I figure it'll make me smarter the more and more baseball that I'll do. And then the next sport that I'll probably try to go into is hockey. I know you love hockey. Obviously starting hockey right brand new at some point once we get the Seattle Kraken. As long as I get the games televised, then I can start, tapping into that market. But obviously doing so many markets, NFL, college football, NBA, college basketball, wrestling, and then going into hockey, that might be the next one down the road. Oh, he hit him. Shit. Right on the hand. But I hope everyone's doing good. Odin's Child, Cash Out Hybrid, I hope you guys are having a good day. Like I said, it's Tuesday. It's a brand new day. It's a brand new week, and it's a good opportunity for me to get more money coming in. I'm going to still work very, very hard on the YouTube channel. Nothing's going to change there. Still going to be full-time. Got about $600 I got to pay in taxes within about a month and a half. So I'm pressured for time to be able to pay these fucking taxes. And I don't even know, I have TurboTax, and I don't even know how to get my voucher. So supposedly I got to send a check to the IRS for federal, and then I got to print out a voucher. I don't even know how the fuck I do that, or the address. I don't know. I guess I got to go back into the app and figure it out. But I got to go in there and figure out what fucking voucher I got to print out, and then where to send that fucking money, like $300, and then I got to send $300 to the state. And I imagine I can just look that up. But Butcher versus Cruz right now. Okay. Yeah, AEW Dark. I try to watch as much as possible. I just don't know what kind of following if I did an AEW Dark watch party, because I can't obviously show it because copyright. But I always try to do as much as I possibly can. Stephon Diggs related, Trayvon Diggs. Yeah. Come on, Cash Out. You need to get that reading in, my guy. Yeah, and you're getting a lot of the father-sons coming into the NFL too. Like I had Antoine Winfield Jr., and Antoine Winfield, the original, was on the Vikings, and then you're getting Asante Samuel Jr. from Florida State. I know Tampa Bay's looking at him. He's probably one of the best corners in the draft, and I know Tampa would be looking at him. So it's kind of interesting to see when you're getting these guys. You never know who's related. Who's father, son, cousin, brother, stepbrother. It's crazy, man. All right, we got runners on first and second. Top of the second inning. Still knotted up at 0. Pete Alonso with a nice double. Lindor. Obviously, that's must-see TV. We'll see if Bryce Harper can extend this win streak that they're on, the only undefeated team, besides obviously the Nats won their first game today. But 4-0, they're trying to go 5-0. I don't think anyone thought the Phillies would be this good this early. I mean, it's one thing the Dodgers lost the first game, and they've won 3 or 4 straight. We figured that would happen. And I just wish the Dodgers were on more so I could live stream them. Big facts. Chase Anderson pitches to Jeff McNeil. 2-0 count. 1 out. See if he doesn't hit into a double play and we can get some runs today. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for the opportunity to get, back to working again. Obviously depression is a bitch, and you got to be able to fight through it. And like I said, I try to be positive. And like I said, I'm eating better. I'm exercising pretty much every day. I got a good view on just how everything is. Like I said, I'm not partying. I'm not really drinking. I'm really trying to make, better decisions. And it's really impacting my life in a positive way, so it feels good. And like I said, now I'm just grinding, trying to get as much baseball coverage in as we're waiting for WrestleMania and the, obviously, NBA Finals and the NBA playoffs, but especially WrestleMania at the end of the week, Saturday, Sunday. I'm excited for that. Swaggy P will be in the building. And then also for the NFL Draft. That's what I'm really looking forward to. 3-1 count. Runners on first and second. Top of the second inning. See if the Yankees can knock one in here. If Jeff McNeil can come up in the clutch. 3-1 count.
That's what he has to do to be effective with the fastball. It cannot be a fastball down the zone. It has to be up.
3-2 count. 1 out. Runners on first and second. See if Chase Anderson has anything in the bag. Oh, chopped up right to the pitcher. Double play. Ooh. Only could get one. But I hope everyone is having a fantastic Tuesday. We got the Mets and the Phillies live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. Yeah, Gregorius would have definitely threw one away. Probably would have brought a run in. Runners on first and third, 2 outs. Still an opportunity to be able to hold them.
Could end up with a surgery that would likely cost him the entire season. So they are obviously worried in San Diego.
All right, let's see what Chase Anderson has now.
Catcher for the Mets, batting 8th.
How's your day going, Cash Out? How are things going today for you?
Miles an hour out of the University of Arkansas. First major league start for this guy. He caught David Price for the Tigers. That was way back in 2011.
How are things going, Odin's child? What'd it do? Just wish football would be right around the corner. We just got to be patient and we got to wait. James McCann. Four-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour. 2-0 count. See if there's any other news. Yeah, my day's been great too, man. Woke up early, enjoyed the sunrise. Got the nice. I didn't get my exercise in just yet, but went to the temp agency close by, did the P test, passed. Because I'm not partying and making bad decisions. Got lined up for a job, got the job. First day is tomorrow at this new spot, 8 to 4:30. And then I grinded, on YouTube for that NFL video and going over the quarterbacks and who I think is going to shit the bed and who I think is going to be good, in their new town, on their new team. And then now I'm here. So, I'm always working hard. I'm always grinding. Big swing and a miss. 2-2 count, and like I said, I love working hard. You know what I mean? Some people think that success is just gonna fucking fall into their lap, and as you know, with over 3.3 million views, 100,000 hours dedicated to the channel, just on the brink of 20,000 subscribers, the shit is not gonna just fall into your lap. You got to really work hard for it, and like I said, your boy is one of the hardest working YouTubers that's out there. Period. Facts. 3-2 count. Runners on first and third. But my day's great, and I'm glad that your day is great. That's good to hear, man. A lot of people are going through it, hitting the depression, hitting the bad days. And like I said, anytime I can vibe with the fans, makes my day even better, man. When do you think BA is going to retire? Whew, that's a good question. I hope he sticks around as long as possible, at least for another couple years, especially if we win the Super Bowl again. Because if you win the Super Bowl again, you can walk out in the sunset. But if Brady still looks good, why not try to go for 3 at that point? You know what I mean? And then if they end up going back to back to back, then, I don't know how long Todd Bowles is going to be the D coordinator. Maybe he'll take over as head coach after, but he'll be a head coach somewhere. Byron Leftwich, my OC, will get an opportunity to be a head coach somewhere, and I'm not sure if you're going to have the same success with, separated from those other guys. It's like you need to have them together. BA, Bowles at D coordinator, and Leftwich. If you separate them, I don't think they're going to be as successful depending on where they go. Chopped up right to second. And he's out. They leave runners stranded on first and third.
4, 5, and 6 due up when we come back.
All right. But, yeah, I don't know how long it's going to be. It might end up being a year, 2 years. I'm as long as they're winning, I want to keep it moving. That's the main thing. As long as they're going to be competitive and as long as they can make the playoffs. I mean, now with Breeze gone, things are looking good for my Buccaneers at this point. That we can keep on winning games. We're going to be competitive. We're going to be able to win the NFC South as long as we don't have injuries. And on paper, we look like the best team. We look like the best team right now, and then the Rams look good with Stafford, but they got to prove it. Packers, Aaron Rodgers, we'll see what happens there. And then obviously we know the Chiefs and the Bills should be pretty fire at that point.
Fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. I came for the show. You'll love every second of it. And you'll want to see it again. Nobody. Rated R. On demand April 16th. Visit uwatch.com.
The strength of a community. The bonds we build should never be broken. Because it's that strength that finds the courage to make something good, truly great.
What do you mean? What do you mean cash out? Are you talking about the position? Like the catcher position that catches from the pitcher? Is that what you're asking?
She'll wonder, what if I can retire sooner? And so she'll get some advice from Fidelity. And Fidelity will help her explore some different scenarios. Like saving more every month.
Uzi. I saw that, man. Like I said, 0-4. I still think you're going to be able to bounce back, though. He said, fuck my life. Lost in a walk-off to the Nationals. Half of the healthy Nationals. They had like 10 guys on COVID. Acuna, 2 home runs, Freddie Freeman, Swanson, and he's still lost. Yeah, and then Juan Soto with the walk-off, right? And he's one of the best baseball players out there, 0-4. They're going to bounce back, man. They're actually the guy that's on the Phillies, JT Realmuto. He's actually tier 1. He might be arguably the best one. He's definitely the top tier. Salvador Perez, Will Smith for the Dodgers. Yasmani Grandal. So some of the guys that I've done, but there's different tiers. But probably the guy that's on the Phillies, JT, he's probably the best one, and he's on TV right now. Not actually, I don't know if he's up to bat right now, but they're talking about him right now, coincidentally. Last 2 seasons with JT Realmuto. Isn't that funny how sometimes that works out when you ask something and then all of a sudden, boom, that's what they're talking about. But, that's kind of, there's different tiers of other guys, at the position. But I think most people think that he's kind of the top dog. It's like when Buster Posey on the Giants was the top dog for many, many years. And you got Wilson Contreras, Travis Arnaud, Sean Murphy, Gary Sanchez from the Yankees. So he's definitely another popular name that everyone knows. He's got home run power. When I did the Yankees and Blue Jays game opener, Sanchez bombed one. And as long as he stays healthy, he's nice. Yeah, Travis is good. But they go in different tiers. But JT is up there. He's probably tier 1. Salvador Perez, Will Smith, Yasmani Grandal is probably tier 2. Contreras, Travis is good. Sean Murphy, Gary Sanchez. So those are the main one. Christian Vasquez, Austin Nola, James McCann, Mitch Garver. So Odin Child in the building. What do you do? Abandon's going to be interviewed Friday morning. Uh-oh. Abandon is crazy. AEW is always a good watch for me. Uzi, I'm sorry for your Braves, but they're still going to compete. Padres, obviously we saw Fernando Tatis Jr. go down with that swing, so hopefully that he's not injured long term, but the Braves have plenty of time to turn it around. Like, no one thought the Phillies would be 4-0, possibly 5-0, or the Braves would be 0-4. Just tough competition. Tough competition, all right, but you'll be able to bounce back. You got too many good players, to be able to shit the bed and not be good for the rest of the year. At least, and that's my personal opinion. I think they'll be okay. They'll bounce back, my guy. I know that's a tough way to take an L on a walk-off too. So, but I got my new job today, so congratulations to you, boy. You know, I got a full-time job. Going to be doing YouTube still full-time. It's going to be a fucking grind. But you know what? I wouldn't want it any other way. Oh, baby. Called him safe right there, huh? Right, yeah, the offense, you know, you're going to get Freddie Freeman to pop off. You know, Albies, when healthy, pops off. Okuna's going to pop off. You got too much young talent. Yeah, so don't worry about it. It just, you know, sometimes with the pitching and, you know, just trying to get into the rhythm of things. And obviously even with the Nats and, you know, the pieces that were, you know, hit with COVID, I wouldn't take it so bad. You know what I mean? If we were playing like a 60-game season like last year, then I'd be like, fuck, 0-4, right? But when you got 162, it's going to be crazy, man. All right, Odin Child. Appreciate you. Love you, man. Takeover, WrestleMania week. It's going to be awesome. I know. I'm excited, dude. So we got Mets and Phillies now. You got AEW Dark. We got NXT Takeover, I believe. That's going to be, what, Wednesday and Thursday? And then you got SmackDown Friday, WrestleMania on Saturday and Sunday. I'll do a watch party for that. That's going to be fire. I saw the card, and Saturday's card doesn't look as good. Sunday's card looks better, but I'm hoping both nights are fire. And then as we're moving forward, we'll have the NFL draft at the end of the month. I did a video earlier today before this game started, just based off the new acquisitions, you know, Sam Darnold, bang, Odin Child, $10. Thank you, man. I know you're not really into baseball, but you're always supporting me. And anytime I can get support, you know, on the channel, you're always the one that pops it off. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you, man. Means a lot. Like I said, because I'm trying to do something that, you know, I haven't got really dipped into with the MLB. But I'm going to keep grinding and working hard, and I know I'm going to gain an audience that maybe doesn't know who I am, and I'm going to gain people in the room that already watch me on college football, NFL, and wrestling, and then we can just talk anything here. Nathan Dotson and Suppo Rizzle in the building. What to do? If you guys haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. It's going to help my analytics. It's going to help the metrics. Hopefully I can get YouTube to recommend some of the live streams and some of the extra videos that I do. A good chunk of the viewership is going to be during the NFL season. So anything that you guys can do, if you can't donate, hop in the chat. Let me know you're here. Ask me questions. Let's vibe. And then if you can smash the like button, that's definitely going to help too. So anything you can do to smash the like button, donate to your boy, talk to me in the chat, just more conversations, keep things moving. And like I said, I'm working hard. You know what I mean? I'm always working hard, putting in the grind. And I appreciate you guys very much, man. Yeah, new quarterbacks and new teams in 2021, and I did a breakdown of pretty much all the different, you know, players. You know, we're going from Andy Dalton, you know, to Tyrod Taylor, possibly taking over for Watson if they can't get shit taken care of in Houston. You know, going to, you know, what maybe will happen with Jimmy G. You're going to do all these different options with different quarterbacks. Sam Darnold. So I go over Ryan Fitzmagic. So I go over about 8 different quarterback situations, and I go over completion percentage, projected numbers for QB, touchdowns, the interception ratio. I go over kind of the stats on if I think they're going to be better or worse. You know, Jared Goff and the Goffense, what that's going to look like, and then going Matthew Stafford. Obviously, that's a no-brainer with the situation that they're in. That looks like it could be a Tom Brady to Tampa Bay situation. I would definitely love to play the Rams in the NFC Championship game next year. If I had the opportunity, that would be must-see TV, and maybe we'll get the Chiefs and the Bills again. That's definitely possible. Yeah, Tyrod is in Houston, so he's no longer the backup to Justin Herbert. So I think he has a chance to start, especially if Deshaun, you know, gets arrested, or if he gets suspended, or if he opts out or sits out with all these accusations from the, you know, different girls and the masseuses, you know, that are, you know, accusing him of wrongdoing. So, but Tyrod is in Houston. All right, 0-0 game, bottom of the second inning, 1-2 count, runners on first and second.
Gets the inside call, strike 3, Miller looking.
1-2-3, big strikeout right there. New York Mets versus Philadelphia Phillies. Live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, like Odin's Child did. $10. Bang, my boy. Appreciate you. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Hoodies, 2021 edition, only $34.99. If you can end up copping one, it would be very appreciative on my part. No cap. All right, let's go. It's crazy. He should be out of the league. Who, Deshaun Watson? I mean, some of the accusations may be fake, for girls just trying to get money because he's famous. But some of them possibly could be real. We don't know. So definitely not a good look for the league, especially when he doesn't want to play for Houston. I'm not sure if anyone really wants to trade for him at this point. So obviously the Panthers were a rumored name, the Jets, and now it's not looking like that's going to happen. But I know there's going to be a lot of craziness with Seattle and Russell Wilson in the next couple years, probably Deshaun Watson at some point. But definitely the Houston Texans are a dumpster fire. Fucking hit them. Uh-oh. Base is loaded. Come on, Marcus Stroman. Uh-oh. Base is loaded. It's only the bottom of the second. 2 outs. It looks like now the Phillies are going to take advantage. Who? Tyrod Taylor? He should be out of the league. Tyrod Taylor's not too bad. He's a game manager. He's kind of like Alex Smith, game manager-ish, kind of middle of the pack. When Tyrod Taylor is, in the game, I mean, he's not going to turn the ball over. He's kind of underrated. I would take him as a backup on my team on the Bucks.
The biggest impediment to his speed is the guy ahead of him, Gene Segura.
You think he should be out of the league? You think he's that bad, or you think it's past his prime? He definitely isn't going to really win you too many games. I mean, he probably won't lose you too many, but like I said, he's definitely a game manager. If you would look up game manager in the dictionary, you'd probably see Tyrod's picture in there. 3 stranded. Uh-oh. Left the bases loaded. Due up, Marcus Stroman. Lindor is going to be coming up as well.
Welcome to your wildest cravings come true. Where the abundance of
New York Mets versus Philadelphia Phillies live. Play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. Good day today. I got a brand new full-time job, so I'm going to be doing full-time YouTube, a brand new full-time job. We're going to see where it goes. So I'm going to be grinding it out for MLB, wrestling, WrestleMania on Saturday and Sunday for a live stream watch party. And then on top of that, I'm going to still do the NFL coverage as much as I can. Obviously, with anything new that pops off, like Sam Darnold getting traded to the Panthers, I'm going to be all over it. And let me see here, as we're transitioning, to see if there's any new news or anything going on. Did the championship game yesterday. Thought it was going to be a close game, like when we saw Baylor, right? We saw Gonzaga. We thought Gonzaga and UCLA was amazing, right? I thought I was going to get a similar type of game, and then Baylor just beat the brakes off of them. So I guess that's what happens. You can't, maybe they lost all their momentum, at that point. I thought that we'd have a better matchup, but that's what happens. Sometimes it almost is like the Minneapolis Miracle. You know what I mean? They ended up beating the Saints. Diggs gets that big catch, and then they go into the next round against the Eagles and get slapped in the mouth, right? So the luck ran out for them. It is what it is. But that's sometimes what happens in sports.
I'm not in this to be mediocre. That's just not my thing. I want something.
How's everybody doing today, man? It's a beautiful day outside.
And so that's my goal.
I'm going to open the window here.
But I'm not in this for a short-term fix.
Going to open up the window and get some sun in here. Beautiful day here in Oregon. Beautiful, beautiful day. Probably 60-some degrees. Feels like 65 with a breeze. We're in spring. Got another full-time job. Grinding on the YouTube. MLB season is in full swing. Wrestling is in full swing. WrestleMania week is always fun. Saturday and Sunday will be an amazing live stream watch party. And then obviously we're getting NFL stories popping off left and right as we're getting into Sam Darnold going to the Panthers. I definitely did a video on that. That was exciting to see.
Not his thing, which I think is great, especially if I'm rooting for the team. We don't accept me.
All right, top of the third inning.
Boy, if he's like a horse and he needs to be tamed a little, Sandy Alderson's got a lot of pressure on him because this is a marathon type thing here. You don't just say I'm going to win in 3 to 5.
All right, Marcus Stroman, the pitcher, in the batter's box. Probably not going to get anything out of him. He's not like a Clayton Kershaw on opening day where he's going to be batting like 8 for 9 or 9 for 10. He always kills it on opening day. Most pitchers are not that great of hitting machines, but every once in a while you'll get someone that'll pop off. 2017, $154 million. 2018, $151. 2019, $158. And 2021, $192. Big chunk of that money, Francisco Lindor. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout there by Chase Anderson.
For Chase Anderson, another update.
Ravi, only the Astros have more home runs this season than the Reds, and Tyler.
Ooh, Astros and Reds popping off. A lot of home runs. Saw Mike Trout with a long dinger today.
54 feet, and then
Woo.
with 2 aboard, Naquin does it again.
Wow, Reds 7, Pirates 0.
Ribs, 7-0.
Damn.
Reds lead top 5. Meantime, Wrigley, top of the first inning with 1. Travis Shaw going the other way off.
Going yard. Okay.
Alzolay, 3-0. Milwaukee leads bottom 1.
26-year-old pitcher for the Cubs. How about the Reds? It's not just Nick Castellanos doing damage.
All right. Chase Anderson pitches to Brendan Nimmo. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Tuesday. We got Tuesday Night Baseball on ESPN. We got the Mets and the Phillies, and your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. You got any questions that you want to talk about baseball-wise, shoot them in the chat. You want to talk about NFL, shoot it in the chat. College football, you want to talk about the NFL draft, you want to talk about WrestleMania week. Like I said, let me know. Yeah, I don't think Tyrod is garbage. I don't think he deserves to not be in the league. Yeah, he's got a lot of chances, and I'm not saying him being a starter. I'm just saying he still deserves to be in the league as a backup. I would take him on my team on the Bucs as a backup, and I think probably most of the teams in the NFL would take him as a backup. So we're not thinking about him starting, and the only reason that he would start is if Deshaun Watson gets arrested or if he decides not to play this season with his legal troubles. It's not like Houston's going to do anything. They're going to be the worst team in the AFC South. That's facts. You know, the Jags, I mean, especially if Deshaun Watson doesn't play. All right? Nimmo to first. Sprinting to first base. But I'm excited to see what the Jags are going to be able to do with Trevor Lawrence. It'll take them a couple years with Urban Meyer, but they got, a decent running back, DJ Shark at wide receiver. So, getting an undrafted running back that popped off last year for the Jags was eyebrow raising, all right? And then you got some pieces on defense, but not a lot. So they're going to have to rebuild and retool. But we know the Carson Wentz experiment. We'll see what the Colts can do in the AFC South. But the Titans adding Bud Dupree, even though their defense isn't that good, that might be the team to beat. With A.J. Brown, even though Corey Davis has gone to the Jets, you still got A.J. Brown, you still got King Henry, and you still got Tannehill. So that's the team I like. But probably the Colts roster has the most overall depth, offense, defense, special teams, but I'm not sure if I trust Carson Wentz. I like Ryan Tannehill a lot more. Francisco Lindor. Yeah, Shark is underrated. I like him a lot, too. I always grab him in fantasy. That's big facts. He's nice.
And he said, at times, I didn't even know what they were saying when they started speaking in Spanish. Steve said, you know what? My Spanish is not that good right now, Marley. But
I'll watch the Jags. I'll watch the Jets. I mean, like I said, I'll watch pretty much everyone. The main thing is now we have to see if Denver, the Bears, or the Patriots trade up to number 4 to Atlanta to grab their guy. And it sounds like the Niners are conflicted. I think that Kyle Shanahan wants Mac Jones. John Lynch, I believe, wants Justin Fields. Double play ball. Ooh, he got him. Big double play. They're going to look at that. They're going to look at that review. But Francisco Lindor, I mean, you're one of the top 5 contracts in baseball. You got paid and you got that cheddar. We can't have you hitting double play balls like that. I know Pete Alonso is a stud, and I can count on him. But Lindor, man, you're getting paid all that money. You can't let Pete Alonso and everyone else outplay you. That's the worst, hitting into a double play. Yeah, but I do like Shark, and it's going to be interesting to see how the divisions play out. There'll be some worst to first situations, not only in the MLB this season, but also in the NFL. Or you'll get teams that were in third place last year creep up to the second place or even the first place position. I'm interested to see where it goes, but the NFL draft is going to be wild, and we're going to have a lot more movement. Jimmy G might be out the door here soon, too, depending on who may be looking at him, but yeah, you didn't want to have a controversy with Sam Darnold and Zach Wilson. So now you got Darnold, which I absolutely love in Carolina. It's a brand new place to be able to, restart your career and refresh and just hit the reset button. Because if you're on the Jets, I mean, that was absolute garbage with Adam Gase. But now with Robert Saleh, it looks like it might be a destination where people are going to want to go in the future, especially if Zach Wilson plays good, Jamison Crowder plays good, all right, and you end up getting maybe Travis Etienne from Clemson at running back. Then you'll have him. You'll have Wilson, Etienne, Crowder on one side, Corey Davis on the other. You still need to keep building the offensive line and the defense, but I mean, they might actually be somewhat watchable next season. And that's what we want. You just want to be respectable. That's all I wanted my Bucks to ever be, just respectable. And we got Brady, and then we overachieved and won the Super Bowl year one. So best case scenario for me being a longtime Buck fan since 95. Anything is possible, as Kevin Garnett would say. Big swing and a miss. And then speaking of Kevin Garnett and former Boston Celtics, Paul Pierce got fired while he had strippers on IG twerking. So I think he did that on purpose. And it sounds like Barstool and a few other people are recruiting him. So we'll see where it goes. When one door closes, another one's going to open. And you get all these players, former players. You get guys like Skip Bayless, who's absolute fucking trash. This guy's getting paid $1 to $8 million, just arguing on purpose and saying a bunch of bullshit. So that gives me hope, where kids are watching people watch video games on Twitch, and as long as I'm grinding on YouTube, I mean, the opportunities to be able to have new doors open in this age of social media and obviously gaming and entertainment and people talking, it definitely gives me hope where another door is going to open up for me down the road, whether it be at a network or if I can just keep getting sponsorship or being influencers on other people's channels for other things or different products. But I don't think Justin Fields is that good. His release is kind of shaky. His accuracy, though, based on a lot of the things I've seen on Twitter, for completion percentage and other things, supposedly, he was up there with his completion percentage. But I think the accuracy for me, Zach Wilson is the best under pressure, and he's got the strongest arm. But like I said, I am not sold on Justin Fields either, or Mac Jones, or Trey Lance. I think this draft is kind of like the most overhyped draft maybe of all time. I like Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson, though. Into the dirt. Wow. Double play, one bounce. Wow. Unbelievable. But I agree. Yeah, I'm not really sold on the quarterbacks this year. I like Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Penei Sewell, the offensive tackle from Oregon, Kyle Pitts, who might be the best player in the draft overall, and then Jamar Chase. And then other than that, that's it. But I don't know if I'm sold on anybody else. I mean, of course, there's other guys. Elijah Moore, maybe the best slot receiver from Ole Miss. DK Metcalf and A.J. Brown went to Ole Miss. This guy should be a stud, too. Late first rounder. Maybe the Saints will grab him. Kadarius Toney, from the University of Florida Gators, teammate of Kyle Pitts, could go to the Colts. That would be huge for Carson Wentz. T.Y. Hilton on one side, Kadarius Toney on the other, possibly Michael Pittman somewhere in the mix there too. But we got a long ways to go. It seems like it's getting closer. I mean, the draft is 3 weeks away. It needs to be like 3 days away, 3 hours away. I'm waiting, but. Yeah, Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, and Trey Lance. Yep. I think I would put him in that order as well. That's, and like I said, I don't think Trevor Lawrence is necessarily going to be a bust. You know what I mean? He's just the safe pick. You know what I mean? I need to see him play good under pressure. And like I said, going to the Jags, they're not going to be the greatest team, and Zach Wilson going to the Jets, they're not going to have a full complemented roster like the Niners if they pick, Trey Lance or Mac Jones or Justin Fields. They'll have the easiest, time to be able to be successful short term because they got the best supporting cast. And you got Kyle Shanahan, arguably one of the best play callers, that's in the NFL. That's big facts. But I like Zach Wilson and his arm strength. I like him, being under pressure. He can make all the throws. I think he could end up being the best, quarterback in this draft class, even over Lawrence. But I hope Lawrence and Wilson both succeed, and it would be nice if we can get one of those other three to be halfway decent. We don't want to have 3 busts in the draft and just have, those top 2. But New York Mets versus the Philadelphia Phillies, live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. New 2021 hoodie, $34.99. Cop one for you, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and represent the NWSF from the East Coast to the West Coast. We are in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We're knotted up at 0. I'm definitely wanting to see what we can get from Bryce Harper. 4-0 for the season, the only undefeated team in the major leagues besides the Nats, who had a walk-off homer with Soto against the Braves, who now are 0-4. I don't know. Hybrid, you like them? I don't know. I watched all the Ohio State games. You know what I mean? That's what they were saying about Dwayne Haskins. That's what they were saying about Cardale Jones. That's what they were saying about Terrell Pryor. Everyone from Ohio State is nice, right? But when they go to the big leagues, they go to the big dogs, they fail. Dwayne Haskins had 50 fucking touchdowns, right? He's a backup quarterback for the rest of his career. He's fucked, right? So, and some of these other guys had to switch positions to wide receiver like Terrell Pryor. What does that say about their program? They're great. Clemson, Alabama, he might be a little bit different from him, but I got to see it, though. I got to see it. I wouldn't invest my future in him, not long term, or Lance or Mac Jones. I wouldn't do it. I mean, I believe in Trevor Lawrence. I believe in Zach Wilson, but that's it. But we'll see about the other 3. The only way the other 3 are going to succeed is, coaching, OC, organization, supporting cast. I'm not sure if Justin Fields is lazy or, but maybe that's like reports that are getting out there because someone like maybe Bill Belichick wants him. Maybe Bill Belichick trades up to 4 to grab him, and maybe that's the new guy. So if you go somewhere where you have coaching and an OC like Josh McDaniels, I mean, obviously there's certain scenarios that can work out better than going to some shit team, that doesn't have any weapons. So you like Mac Jones? Yeah, he's got good pocket presence, I agree. And I know the Niners like that pocket presence. They're not looking for a guy running out of the pocket with his head cut off, kind of like Lamar or some of these other athletic QBs. They're looking for someone that's going to stay in the pocket. You got Lamar, you got Patrick Mahomes, you got a lot of these guys, Russell Wilson. They can make a lot of plays outside of the pocket, sometimes unnecessary throws, some necessary, all right? But I'm not too sure the Mac Jones experiment's only going to work if the O-line is good. They got Trent Williams there, so, I mean, they got, McGlinchey from Notre Dame. So the offensive line is pretty good, and the overall roster for the Niners is pretty good. So depending on whoever they get will be very interesting because I think I'm pretty sure Mac Jones is the number 1 person that Shanahan wants, right? But I think John Lynch wants Justin Fields. So it'll be interesting if they're clashing right now on who they want at number 3. Cash out. Man, it was awesome to see Baylor. I love rooting for the underdog. You know what I mean? And obviously, just because the school has a reputation, of having shitty QBs pan out like Ohio State, he is an individual. So, they are notorious for quarterback busts. But at some point, you got to be able to rewrite the narrative. a great example is my Oregon Ducks. You know, Joey Harrington, you know what I mean? And all these other guys that, you know, Kellen Clemens and you know, Dennis Dixon, Marcus Mariota, even when he won the Heisman. You know, they just never really panned out, but also they didn't really go to great teams or great situations, right? And then now you get Justin Herbert, right? Didn't have a good coach, crappy head coach, defense was banged up, but you still had Melvin Ingram, Casey Hayward, even though Derwin James went out. You had Keenan Allen, one of the top 5 receivers in the game, that helped. But finally, they kind of rewrote the narrative that, hey, maybe the Oregon Ducks can produce, you know, a quarterback. So maybe Ohio State, maybe Justin Fields can, you know, do that too. Maybe he can be the Justin Herbert, you know, and break out. So it's possible. I'm not sure what his ceiling is. He doesn't seem like he's going to be as good as like a Deshaun Watson, though. Braxton Miller, another one. Him and Terrell Pryor. It's just, yeah, you know, it's just kind of makes you wonder. It's kind of like a system QB, and then they get to the NFL and they just can't do it. I'm not sure. I don't want to say that they're stupid. All of them are dumb, or they don't have the work ethic. But it's just kind of alarming that you have so many QBs that go to Ohio State and they're always like a top 3, top 5 team, always in the mix for a natty. If it's not Clemson, Bama, LSU, or Georgia, or an SEC team. If it's another team from another conference, you're thinking, okay, Ohio State. It's like, how come these guys can't pan out? It's just weird. It's like the only school that's dominant in college football that can't produce a quarterback. 3-2, Harper. Popped out. 1, 2, 3. All right, Pete Alonso's up. New York Mets and the Philadelphia Phillies. Live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, at NW Sports Fanatics.
For more than a year now, our Fred Meyer healthcare providers have worked on the front lines to help.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, it'll be sooner than later once we get to preseason. Then once we get to the regular season, everything's going to get spicy. But I'm really interested to see the trades in the NFL draft. I think that's going to be where a lot of the magic happens. We're going to see where Jimmy G goes. We're going to end up seeing where some of these other quarterbacks are going to fall. Who's going to trade up? And I think that the Bears could trade up. You know, the Patriots could trade up. The Broncos, if they're not sold on Drew Lock. And I would be very shocked if the Panthers go for a QB at that point, because I think it might go quarterback. So Daniel Jeremiah's got a new mock draft.
It's how Walmart makes it easy to bring the spring.
I mean, it just depends if you want to be a game manager or if you want to, be dominant in the NFL. I mean, there's a reason why so many quarterbacks bust.
Y'all ever put spicy sauce on a 2 for €6? Arby's, we have.
I mean, you got to be elite. There has to be something special about you. And even sometimes when things are special about you, you still don't pan out. Look at Marcus Mariota. I mean, he was incredible in college. I mean, I watched him in the front row. Heisman winner, you know what I mean? And he just really couldn't pan out, right? And he needs to go to a better team in a better situation, right? And he's got maybe more ceiling than Jameis Winston, even though Jameis Winston might be a guy that could get you more yards, but he's going to get you more turnovers. But, I mean, who knows? I mean, I think it's more likely that Jameis goes as a backup rather than Marcus Mariota could maybe – on like New England, could revitalize his career, in a new place. But sometimes it's going to take a special place to get you back on track, like Ryan Tannehill over the years too. So he said Andy Dalton. I mean, Andy Dalton was pretty good with AJ Green, when they first came in. They made the playoffs for 4 or 5 years in a row. I mean, they got bounced every round in the first round, but I mean, at least they made it. All right, Pete Alonso, double, first at bat, one of the most exciting baseball players that I love to watch. You know, Pete Alonso's a guy that, you know, he's on the home run derby or he's on your TV. Seems like he's money 9 times out of 10. Chase Anderson in there, pitching to Pete Alonso, 4-seam fastball, 88 miles an hour. Cutter, 87 miles an hour. 3-0 count. Let's see if he swings for the fences, and we can get a fucking rip. Ooh, swing and a miss. Big whiff by Pete Alonso. See if we can get a dinger to get this one off the board. Jorge Soler, most 440-foot home runs in 2019 and 2020. Jorge Soler, 14. Guess who? Pete Alonso, 13. Mike Trout, 11. Bryce Harper, 10. All right. They walked him. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Oh, I got some Cardinals and Marlins. A live look in. New York Mets versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, $34.99. New hoodies available. Go up to about 2 or 3X, I believe, through Teespring. Link is below every video on the YouTube page. Get one. Represent the NWSF. No cap. And follow me. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. NW Sports Fanatics. Top of the 4th inning. Runner on first. Dominic Smith in the batter's box. Going still against Chase Anderson. So I heard Odell Beckham say the difference between an NFL player and a college player is that react quicker to everything. Yeah, well, you got to be an athlete. You got to be disciplined. You got to put in the hard work. You got to lift weights. You got to go in the playbook. You know, a lot of people, I think, once they get the money, you know, they change. You know what I mean? It's about partying. It's about girls. You know, it's about, you know, going out to the clubs. You know what I mean? It's about drinking and drugs and all kinds of shit, you know. Sometimes it's just the love of the game. Uh-oh. Going back. Gone. Oh, my. Dominic Smith with a dinger. I ask for a dinger. I get a fucking dinger. Oh, the Philly fans are booing. Oh, I was waiting for a dinger. I thought it would be Pete Alonso, though. 389 exit velocity. 101.8. Let's go. Of course, you guys are going to argue. Everyone's going to argue in sports, my guy. You know, everyone's got their opinion. That's what makes sports great. You know what I mean? You know, I had plenty of Saints fans talk shit to me for the last 3-4 years. You know what I mean? I had young Nola. You know, I talked to him every day. He's talking shit to me, saying how Breeze and they were going to win the ring and how Tom is old and he's got a noodle arm and how horrible we are after they beat us, week 1 and obviously week 9 when we lost like 38-3. And, you know, shit can get turned around, you know? Lose twice in the regular season, win in the playoffs, win the fucking Super Bowl. I'll take that, you know? You got to have the debates. That's what, you know, as long as that, you know, you actually know something. You know, it's not like a Skip Bayless, you know, Shannon, you know, where you're having a Skip and Shannon debate where Shannon is realistic and he knows what he's talking about, and Skip is just saying shit to see if it sticks when he throws it on the wall, and he's just saying shit to get a reaction, or they're doing it for ratings. I just hate people that are fake. I hate fake people. I hate fake conversation. You know what I mean? Stephen A. Smith is annoying. Everyone on TV to me is annoying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll watch Pat McAfee show. That's the best podcast, YouTube thing that got going on besides your boy here, Northwest Sports Fanatics. And I love Good Morning Football. Pat McAfee show, Good Morning Football. That's it. All right, give me Pat McAfee show and the boys. All right, give me Kay Adams, Peter Schrager, Kyle Brandt, and give me Nate Burleson. I'm good. Those are good. I'm not really a big fan of Skip and Shannon and you know, the Herd, Colin Cowherd, and all these other, you know, affiliates that are out there. It's just, I just can't handle the fakeness. It's not worth my time. I'd rather watch the film, watch the games, and come to my own conclusions and until I get spoon-fed this bullshit information that ESPN and Fox Sports and all this other bullshit that's out there that they try to, you know, they tell you something and it has to be true. Or you see it on the internet and it's got to be true. So I hate that. Facts. Yeah, a lot of guys lose motivation, but, you know, it's like your boy, like me, you know. If I was just taking it part-time or I didn't take it serious, you know what I mean? You're never going to get the results by being fucking lazy, all right, or taking time off or you know, just not putting your full 1,000% in. That's the difference between people that make it on YouTube or they don't fucking make it on YouTube. You know what I mean? You got to have a voice, right? You got to have talent. You got to have knowledge, right? You got to be able to know how to talk. You have to be a good talker. You have to be likable. You have to be presentable. You know what I mean? You have to have a grind. You have to have dreams. You have to have dedication. You have to have passion. It's not like anybody can hop on YouTube, right, and make it, or in social media, right? I mean, everyone's got dreams and you can grind at it, but I mean, it's not easy. You really got to be strong-minded and strong-willed, and I'm blessed, just with the love of the game, meeting Ken Griffey Jr. and Sandy Koufax, early, I'm blessed with the voice that sounds like radio and podcast or TV, having the love of, being able to interact with people. So I could always do phone sales the rest of my life, or customer service. But I mean, if I can talk sports, which that's my number one love, and get paid for it, and interact with fans like you guys. I mean, the Fanatic family is the best fans on planet Earth, right? So, of course, I'm going to grind and, over 100,000 hours put in. That'll be 200,000 sooner than later. 3.3 million views will be 4 to 5 million views, 4 to 5 million views later, very soon, right? And then we're trying to just get over this 20K hump. And then that way I can get to that next goal of 25, and then 30, and then 40, and then 50, and then 100K. It's going to take time, right? And I don't need to go viral to have a big spike or have a, rapper or athlete shout me out. Of course, if that happens, that'll be great. But I don't mind grinding and working hard. You got to. I mean, I've been doing this shit since 2012, right? YouTube since 2017. Over 1,000 videos in the library. I mean, a lot of people don't have that kind of fucking dedication. So, but you guys definitely make it enjoyable for me. The donations are fire. The interactions are fire. I absolutely love you guys. I appreciate you guys, man. Yeah, I think Fields could be average, maybe slightly above average. Nice catch. 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning. But yeah, I don't know what potential, because we haven't seen enough film of Trey Lance to know how good he is. And Justin Fields, I've seen him, in college, but how is it going to translate to the pro game? Everyone thought Tua was great, with that long bomb and, winning in the Natty and then, having a pretty good season. But he doesn't look like after one season that he's going to be anything in the NFL. I mean, the Miami Dolphins can support him and get better players in the next 3 years with 1,000 draft picks that they have. But just overall, can he carry a team? It doesn't look like it. It looks like Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert can, but I'm not sure if Tua, if Tua really can be a franchise QB. And Tua, in college was better than Justin Fields, Trey Lance, or Mac Jones. I mean, Mac Jones was great. They won, the Natty, and he's good in the pocket. But, I mean, as far as when you see those guys, Trey Lance definitely is great out of the pocket. He's a little bit bigger. Play action. He's really good at play action, just like Fields. So that's one thing that they both got going for him. Mac Jones will be a pocket guy. Trey Lance and Fields can run play action bootleg, and they ran it very well. But obviously Trey Lance's competition, very minimal. We don't know if he can do it on the NFL side. He's got NFL arm and NFL body, but we don't know if he can do it under pressure against good defense. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, I feel like I got a pretty good gauge, and I'm a pretty good evaluator of talent in high school, sports, especially high school football, NFL football, college football, and that's why we're at the mark that we're at is just based off the film that I watch and the reading that I do. But sometimes guys overachieve, sometimes guys underachieve, sometimes guys pan out, sometimes guys don't. But a lot of people thought Justin Herbert wasn't going to be good. They thought he'd be the 3rd best, and he might be the best out of the 3. But I think that none of these quarterbacks that are in this draft, are possibly may not be as good as Burrow or Justin Herbert. I mean, if Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow were in this draft class, would we be talking about some of these other guys? I know Trevor Lawrence has got some skills, right? But based on how Burrow played and how Herbert played, I mean, even Zach Wilson and obviously Trevor Lawrence, they would probably go after Burrow and Justin Herbert after you've seen what happened already. I mean, they're going to reach for, Wilson, and they're going to reach for Trevor Lawrence. But like it shows you don't have to be the 1st pick or 2nd pick overall to end up being a stud. And I think Justin Herbert, out of all the quarterbacks that have been picked in the last, 2 or 3 years, he's going to be the best one out of them all. And I think that he's a top 10 quarterback already, and I think he's going to be top 5. I really do. So, you got Patrick Mahomes, you got Russell Wilson, you got Aaron Rodgers, you got Deshaun Watson, and I think the 5th best quarterback is going to be Justin Herbert sooner than later. I think he's that fucking good. So, and if he's not number 5, he's going to be like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in that range, and he's going to keep climbing. Phenomenal talent. And he's a smart kid. He's never going to get in trouble. He's got a passion for the game. He loves to study. He's not going to get ever arrested for something fucking stupid. He's a very intelligent kid, 4.0 student. Watched him front row in Eugene for years and years and years. It's crazy that you can win the Heisman with Marcus Mariota and be phenomenal, and then you see a guy like Herbert, but sometimes you got to have that body, that bigger body, that cannon arm. You got to be able to make all the throws, good under pressure. You just got to be able to have all the intangibles. And Herbert didn't even line up under center in college. He was shotgun set the whole time. So people thought he couldn't be vocal as a leader. They thought he couldn't, hike it under center. He proved everybody fucking wrong last year. So it makes me feel good, obviously being from Oregon and watching him and kept telling everyone. But, everyone's got their own opinion and their own evaluation. But I'll tell you what, if Justin Herbert didn't have Keenan Allen, obviously then his production wouldn't have been as good. It definitely helps when you have a top 5, top 6 wide receiver. And that's big facts. But I like the rapport that T. Higgins and Burrow were starting to connect on before Burrow had that injury. So that's going to be a nice combo moving forward for them too. 2-0, bottom of the 4th inning. Mets have the lead. Anderson's still in there for the Phillies. Yeah, Zach Wilson, like I said, he might have to go to another team, after his contract is up. He might have to go somewhere else, and then he'll get the opportunity, because I don't know if the Jets organization, who knows how long Saleh will have before he gets fired, and who knows if they're going to keep beefing up the roster. It'll be interesting to see if they get ETN from Clemson, because if they get him, right, and you pair him up with Zach Wilson, that could be the beginning of changing the reputation of the Jets. And I like Corey Davis a lot. I think Corey Davis can get you over 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns easy. Crowder, healthy, can get you, 50 to 70 grabs, and he can end up getting you close to 10 touchdowns if he stays healthy for a season. His problem is he can't stay healthy, usually for the full year. And the defense needs a retool and a rework, too. Big punch out.
He's feeling it right now. This reminds me a lot of the World Baseball Classic.
JT Realmoto struck out swinging. Come on now.
Some time to get back on that bump. He's been effective. By the way, Tim, who's taller? You or Struck?
New York Mets, Philadelphia Phillies. Live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, smash the fucking like button, donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. Nice donation by Odin's Chow, $10, my boy. Yeah, ETN is definitely going to be a sleeper. Najee Harris looks like he can be something special. North Carolina's got 2 running backs. Going back, deep. Gone! D. Gregorius. Big bomb by D. Getting him on the board. Solo shot. Okay. 421 feet. Okay, D. I see you. Yeah, but ETN is a monster too. He has potential. Najee Harris could be like a Josh Jacobs, right, type of running back, a Jonathan Taylor. But ETN could be like an Alvin Kamara. Yeah, he definitely could be that type of player. He can definitely catch it out of the backfield. And I'm thinking the Jets will be looking at that. And I hope they go Zach Wilson, ETN. And if ETN doesn't go to the Jets in the second round, I hope the Bucs are looking at him. Because I would love to have Najee Harris on my team or ETN. I know Asante Samuel Jr., the corner, they'll be looking at him from Florida State to join my Bucs, but we're going to be looking at corner, running back, and DN, pass rusher. So if I can get someone, because Leonard Fournette, Lombardi Lenny's only going to be there for 1 year, and then if we win the Super Bowl again, maybe another 1 year deal. But Rojo is the only guy that's going to be there, and then who knows long term if that's not really the guy that you want, that might be the change of pace back. So if we can get someone maybe a little bit better, like ETN to be the starter, Rojo, the change of pace back, goal line back, Leonard Fournette, or however they want to work these guys in the lineup, because they'll probably go Rojo and Fournette and sprinkle in ETN if we got him, or Najee Harris. But I would love to be able to have a 3-down back, and those are guys that I know the Bucs are looking at and I'm looking at. So Asante Samuel Jr. for corner. Plenty of pass rushers that are out there. ETN from Clemson and Najee Harris. Those are my 3 that I would love to have on the Bucs. ETN, Najee Harris, Asante Samuel Jr., the corner from Florida State. So, I mean, shit, I already got Antoine Winfield Jr. Might as well get another former, son of a former player working out for my Bucs. New York Mets, Philadelphia Phillies, live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash the fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Nice strikeout right there.
Having surrendered the homer, and he's barking at himself. He'll take it out on the plate when he comes up to lead things off. But Didi doing damage.
Didi doing damage. This game is moving pretty quick. And I didn't have to necessarily do this game. I'm normally going to do Dodger games, and I'm going to stick with that for the most part. But, if something's on TV and there's nothing else really on, I have to work hard. I don't know how not to work hard. So, and plus it'll give me a better knowledge of the other teams and the other games that are going on, especially as we go to the MLB, playoff picture down the road as we get into October. But at least it gives me something else to do when wrestling might be on, might not be on. And obviously we're waiting for NFL, to get back in full swing. And obviously once baseball ends, then, we're getting right into the NFL where we're going to be like 1 month in. So definitely excited, for the hard work. And I know sometimes the, donations or the viewership might be a little low in the beginning, but I don't mind. You know what I mean? As long as I'm grinding it out, I'm having fun. I can have conversations with you, Nathan Dotson, Cash Out Hybrid, and anyone else that wants to hop in the room like Odin's Child. Like I said, it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger as long as I keep being dedicated and I keep putting on the grind. 2-1 game. Mets are up. Getting here into the 5th inning. Appreciate everyone watching. Appreciate everyone supporting. And I'm excited to try to get back to grinding now. I hope the job is not horrible when I go tomorrow. Hopefully it's one of those jobs that I feel comfortable with. And the nice thing about the spot that I go to, if I don't like this job, after a couple days, I can ask them and they can switch me to something different. So anytime you have like a temp agency, typically I was kind of try to do some part-time, but if I have to do some full-time work, I'm okay with that. But like I said, we'll see where it goes. The one thing I do like about it, it's only about 1.5 miles from my house, so that's nice. So I can wake up at like 7 in the morning, the same time as my girlfriend, and then get up, get ready, get adjusted, get dressed, shave, shower, and then be on with my day. And then once the day's over, hop on YouTube and grind it out with a live stream, play-by-play and reactions, or maybe some original content if something drops with the NFL, like Sam Darnold going to the Panthers, which I absolutely love. Yeah, Josh Jacobs is really nice. That was the guy that I really wanted for Tampa Bay. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? We need to get a fucking running back. And, obviously we got Leonard Fournette to come over, and we got Rojo for the time being. Shady McCoy was there, but he obviously was injured and didn't really do anything. It's kind of crazy. Like, Shady McCoy was so good for the Eagles and the Bills, and then he's been pretty much non-existent and hurt, right, these last 2 years, and he's gotten 2 Super Bowls at the end of his career. What a way to end a career, go to the Chiefs and then going to the Bucs and then winning back-to-back Super Bowls. Crazy. Top of the 5th. Stroman popped out.
And he makes the play. Back to Kevin Connors.
Robbie, baseball has co-RBI leaders, and they're not who you'd think. Bottom 1 in Arlington. It's the bubbling hot Nate Lowe. A 2-run shot off Tanner Roar. That's now
Rangers 2, Blue Jays 1. Okay.
2-1 Rangers. Lowest company at 12. Thanks to the night Tyler Naquin is having. Homers in the 1st and 2nd. And in the 5th, a 2 RBI single. 7 runs batted in already tonight. They're only in the 6th. It's 12-0.
Poor Pirates. 12 runs on 14 hits in the
New
sixth.
quarterbacks, new teams in 2021. I got a live stream that I did earlier, so if you guys didn't get a chance to check that out, you can peep that, kind of go over the different expectations for different players that I have, expectations that I have for Andy Dalton, for Sam Darnold, Matthew Stafford, Mitchell Trubisky, and a lot of these other guys, Ryan Fitzmagic. So if you have time, you can peep that, check it out. Your boy is always grinding. Yeah, Shady definitely rode the coattails. Picked the right team at the right time, though. Nimmo, 2 outs. All right, Francisco Lindor is up.
To this point, Eddie, that's the point. So far, so good. As Bryce Harper said after last night's
2-1 lead for the Mets. This is the big dollar man that got the big dollar deal. So far, 0-2. In 2020, 8 home runs. One of the better shortstops in the league to get big money. If you're getting fucking $200, $300, $400 million, you better fucking make some plays. They paid you the big money. Let's see something.
So, Eddie, is there any chance, tiny chance that Lindor...
But I hope everyone is having a good day. It's Tuesday. It's 5:31 Pacific time. Still have to get dinner going. I got to exercise and get my walk in. So, it's one of those things. You got to manage time. You got to be able to have a good positive mindset. Like I said, having depression or having that low moment, now changing my diet. You're probably going to see me at some point. My face will be thinner. I will be thinner. I'll feel better. Trying to lose about 30 pounds once I get to July 4th. So as long as I keep, eating right, taking fast food out of the diet, obviously walking, jogging, running, and really trying to put in that effort for my mental health, it's definitely been a positive. Oh, Lindor chops it up. 1, 2, 3 inning. Yeah, Shady, definitely one of the luckiest players in the league. Big facts. And I hope also as I do more and more, baseball coverage, even if you don't like baseball, we can still talk NFL. So that's what I'm hoping that a lot of the, the subscribers understand too, is like, even though that the baseball game is on, obviously baseball's a little bit slower. So if you want to fucking come in the room and just talk wrestling, or if you want to talk NFL, or, have conversations about the draft, it's not like I'm going to ignore everyone, once baseball's on, that I can't talk about, whatever I normally do. So hopefully as the season goes along, I know I'll have, a good Dodger viewership. And like I said, it's just kind of nice to be able to keep working hard, keep myself busy. But I hope people will start to understand that. And I know you guys do, I'm going to need someone to talk to, especially throughout the game. Especially with baseball, there's usually a reason why they have 2, 3, 4 people in the booth, at the same time for baseball, because it's a little bit slower. You know what I mean? It's not like you're going to have a double play, triple play, or home run every at bat. And that's big facts. See if there's anything popping off news-wise, and if you guys notice anything popping off, in sports, let me know. Obviously, and the amount of reading that I put in, too, is, it hasn't stopped. I'm still putting in about 6 hours a day of reading and film study. So that'll be extra challenging once I'm doing the full-time job from 8 to 4:30, recording, and then afterwards staying up till probably midnight or so and trying to make sure I get all that extra film study in and that reading in, whether it be NFL app or ESPN or Bleacher or whatever it is. But I got to cross my T's and dot my I's and keep up on it. 2 women who filed suits versus Deshaun Watson speak out. Who knows if that's correct or not. Fernando Tatis Jr. will not need surgery on the injured shoulder from last night. Darius Geis, alleged behavior unacceptable. What's new? That's another guy that had a lot of potential with the Redskins, Washington football team, Darius Geis from LSU, and he fucked up with his off-the-field behavior, and he will no longer be in the league. A little Ray Rice Jr. 2.0. Unfortunate. Let's see here. Seahawks, Carlos Dunlap says Wilson is here to stay. Who knows if that's true? That could be lies. Yeah, definitely a little bit of a slow season in sports, especially when we're not, we're not in the football season. What'd you find, a Rikishi figure at a garage sale?
Prep school athlete, fast,
Rikishi the wrestler?
and it's foul. This guy was offered a scholarship for both baseball and football at Florida State. And oh, by the way, he was a
Yeah, I like going to garage sales. I love eBay. You know, the amount of memorabilia, you know, and the figures and everything that I have is insane. The bobbleheads. I mean, I've been collecting since I was 5. So, I mean, the amount of memorabilia that I have that's MLB, NBA, NFL, wrestling is out of this world. I don't know. It's probably over 10 grand. And I mean, I had a Jordan rookie that I sold, and that was worth like 20K. Wish I still had it, but you know, you got to sometimes make sacrifices when you have dreams.
foot per second mark is the elite speed. It makes
Rikishi figure. One of these days, if like on the WrestleMania stream, I'll bust out. I got a little shoebox here down below, and I have figures from like, you know, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. You know, I have a lot of figures, old ones, new ones. Some of the ones that I have out of the package, and I can always do like a little reveal of some of the collection that I have. But I love wrestling figures. You know what I mean? That's one of my favorite things that I collected when I was a kid. That and starting lineups. I got a lot of original starting lineups. The very first, you know, Ken Griffey Jr., the first Jordan, the first Bird, the first Magic. I mean, I got a lot on the MLB side. Football, NFL, first Joe Montana from 1988. So, I mean, starting lineups were really a big thing when I was a kid. So, probably got 10 or 15 Ken Griffey Jr.'s. All kinds of MLB ones, and McFarlane figures too. I mean, I got a Ken Griffey Jr. Chase McFarlane in the Mariner uniform that's worth like $300. I got a Jerry Rice that's worth about $150. And my buddy that's got the Tom Brady snow base, which is one of the rarest McFarlanes that's in existence. That's not an autograph McFarlane. That one I told him to invest in for about $300. You know, a couple years ago. Now they go for about $500 to $900, and he's gonna sell it to me for what he paid for it because I told him to buy it. So I'm gonna end up getting this Tom Brady McFarlane snow base, one of the rarest McFarlanes ever. That's, you know, gonna be worth like $1,000 sooner than later. We saw the Tom Brady rookie card graded go for like $2.2 million. You know, a couple days ago, but that McFarlane's going to be worth like $500 to $1,000. And at some point when he sells it, he told me he's going to sell it to me for what he paid for it, $300. So I'm super excited about that. I'll be looking at that like every day, and it's one of the rarest McFarlanes. So I'm a big figure guy. You know what I mean? Whether it be Turtles, you know, Star Wars, you know, G.I. Joes, Transformers. I mean, like I said, I've been collecting since the 80s. So you can imagine how many figures that I have and toys and collectibles that I have. You know, I've been collecting since what, like 85 to 87, and it's 2021. So you can do the math. And I would say 99% of my collection's in the box still. So, you know, there's a lot there. New York Mets 2, Philadelphia Phillies 1. Yeah, at some point I could just do a YouTube, you know, show just based off my collectibles, you know, and just do kind of a reveal. You got an Andrew Luck McFarlane. Yeah, and some of the rare ones are worth a lot of money. They have like a Russell Wilson autograph one. You know, they had like a Johnny Football autograph one, you know, that were rare. But you also get ones that have like, you know, a Chase figure, like they have like a Jerry Rice that normally is in the Raider uniform, you know, from a long time ago, like 2003, right? And I have the San Francisco 49er version, which is the rare version of it. And they usually have multiple versions of it, like a black belt, gold belt. But like the Brady with the snow on it, that's from the infamous snow game when they played the Raiders, right? And they had the Brady tuck rule. So they have a McFarlane figure that actually has snow on the green base that you put the figure on to commemorate the, you know, the snow base game. And there's a lot of fakes out there. Not a lot of these Bradys that are, you know, people are willing to sell. I don't think there's very many of them in existence too. And it would be really sweet when I end up getting that in my collection, especially when I'm going to be able to get it for $300 when it's worth like $500 to $1,000, and I'll never sell it. And obviously Brady being on my Bucks now it has a little bit more meaning than him, you know, with his records on the Patriots. It's going to be super sweet. But those are going to be the ones that are worth the most. Mets 2, Phillies 1, bottom of the 5th.
Incredible. I mean, hillier than you think. Certainly doesn't really translate on television.
2 outs, 1 ball, no strikes. Stroman still up, pitching on the mound. Matt Joyce up to bat. Yeah, but my toy collection's fierce. I still have wrestling rings that I haven't opened. I got wrestling cages still in the box. Like, I got a lot of old school stuff. Undertaker, Stone Cold. I mean, I got a lot of old school stuff that people would be drooling, to add to their collection. And like I said, at some point when we move, if I can get another room dedicated just to the studio and I can have my collection displayed behind me or around me, I mean, I got boxes on boxes on boxes. 3-1 count. Yeah, but you've never seen the Brady snow base McFarlane, because usually on eBay they've only shown like one at a time because it's so rare. So if you end up finding one, you can look up Tom Brady McFarlane Chase, and if you look it up, and if someone's selling it for $300 to $1,000, that's the one. That's the rare one. There's a lot of other ones that are out there, but they're not as rare, because that one, I think there's only like 100 in existence. All these other Brady figures, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of them, but the Brady snow base, I mean, it's super rare. And then you'll get people that do fakes when it's like out of the package, and they'll spray paint it themselves, and it's a fake. Like, you know what I mean? If you're going to get a snow base figure, it's got to be in the package. So, and it came out, right, and McFarlane came out in 2001 when Starting Lineups contract ended, for sports. So, these old school Bradys are super rare. They came out like in, 01, 02, 03. I have a original Series 1 Warren Sapp. And like I said, that original Series 1 is very rare. The Sapp I have is worth about $60. Yeah, but I don't think I've ever seen more than one of the snow-based Bradys on eBay, and that shows you how rare it is, because people don't want to sell it, and it's going to keep going up and up. I mean, imagine paying $1,000 for an action figure, but I mean, I'm going to be able to pay $300, and I'll be able to add it to the collection, and it's going to definitely be worth over $1,000 over time, because it's going to keep getting older and older. And if Brady keeps on winning championships, that's, all his cards and all his figures are going to go up and up and up and up. So good chance for me to go for 2 next season. Believe that. Fuck, I'd be in heaven if they fucking go back to back and go for 2. All the pain and all the misery. No playoffs since 07. Then you get one of the best ever, the GOAT, to come over, wins it in a fucking COVID year. Fuck out of here. It's crazy. Still am kind of shocked that we're fucking Tampa Bay, to be honest. It's a perfect storm. 2-1 game. Bottom of the 5th. 2 outs.
And the Phillies will tell you he hates to strike out.
Yeah.
And in this era where there are so many strikeouts, it's refreshing to find a good hitter who really hates to strike out.
Stroman on the mound. And we're not talking Braun Stroman. And he's out. All right, here we go. Going into the 6th inning. This game has gone pretty fast, pretty smooth. I just wish they showed more Dodger games here in Oregon for me to do, because that's the main reason that I'm doing these MLB games, is to kind of honor my dad and, to be able to watch and call as many Dodger games as possible. So I'm hoping that they're going to show more and more. I know they're going to show the Dodgers and the Padres at the end of the month, but at that point, if Tatis is injured, a little bit of that flair for the game will be fizzled out. But, I mean, if the Dodgers were on here in Oregon for me, I would be doing them almost every night if I had the time. Because that's the games that I would like to call the most. Obviously, the team that I'm the most familiar with. My dad's favorite team, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and they might go for 2. So if I get the Dodgers to win the pennant again, and then Tampa can end up going for 2, I would be pretty fucking happy. You know what I mean? Of course, I want the Blazers to do something, but they don't got a good enough team with Damian Lillard. And then my Oregon Ducks winning a natty at some point would be fucking great. But I don't know if we're ever going to have the talent to compete with Ohio State, Clemson, or Alabama. Did you get some? Looks like you did. There you go. I told you they would have some. How much did you spend?
I was going to do like 140 something, but then I had my all like champion and like their like name brand shit. Like that's all they've had at Fred Meyer. So.
Well, that's what you're gonna buy, and that'll be comfortable though. Did you gonna try on any of it? There you go. So you should be good now. Right on. Calvin Griffin in the building. What to do? You need a Mahomes figure. One cool thing on eBay that if you're not familiar with too, since I'm in the figure game, like I said, starting lineups and McFarlane's are the big thing. You can actually go on there on eBay and type in custom McFarlane, and there's artists that will actually make figures for you, or they'll repaint them. So like let's say you want let's say I wanted a Justin Herbert Oregon Duck one. So then they'll repaint. They'll choose like an NFL figure, like a Tom Brady, and then they'll paint over it, and then they'll make it a Justin Herbert in college. So sometimes people do that. Like I have a LaMichael James Oregon Ducks that was repainted from an NFL figure. The guy did an amazing job. I got a Marcus Mariota Oregon Duck McFarlane. So if you're looking for your favorite player, or like maybe a college NFL player or MLB or whatever it is, if you go and do custom McFarlane, then you can kind of get some of these really cool ones. Some of them are shitty if the artist isn't good, but if you get someone that actually puts their heart into it and puts the decals on there and the time, they look really, really good, and you can have like a one-of-a-kind item. And like I said, I wanted to be able to get like a Justin Herbert, probably Oregon Duck figure at some point, but those are the ones that I have, and some of them turn out really good. They'll have like Alabama figures, especially if you're looking for a college football figure of a guy, or maybe they don't have an NFL figure of a player yet, and then you can end up getting one on there. But sometimes you're going to have to pay. I mean, you're looking at 50, 100, 150, 200. Doesn't fit? You can take it back, though. They have to go up. You have to go up one size? Okay, well, don't take the tag off and then just try them on and then see.
Have you used that one before?
I'll go back with you if you want. Okay, well.
I would put that one in the back pocket. That's a good one.
Do the stuff to annoy you. Right?
Which one? Just the pants? All right, but what about that? Okay, good. It's going to happen. Don't worry.
My favorite part of social media oftentimes is after we're done.
All right, 2-1, top of the sixth, 2-2.
Because they think that I'm making fun of you in some way.
New York Mets, Philadelphia Phillies, live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Calvin Griffin in the building. He said Ohio State don't scare anybody. He's all about his Astros. I see them popping off. You're all about your Alabama Crimson Tide. All about your Saints. I see you. How you doing, Calvin? Congratulations to you. School and all. Always grinding with your art, your shoes. It's going to be a fun NFL draft, man. I'm excited. Did the video for kind of like the progression and the expectations of quarterbacks that might be good or shit the bed next season. So I did that video live stream about 45, 50 minutes before this game. So if you didn't get a chance to check it out, please do. We got the Mets and the Phillies. I wanted to check out Bryce Harper as well as Francisco Lindor and Pete Alonso. Just keeping the grind, as we're getting closer and closer to WrestleMania. Obviously, I'll be doing a live stream with my boy Swaggy P on Saturday and Sunday for a couple hours on each day. I'm excited for that. Yeah, and they do it for, so like I said, they can take a Brady figure that is an older one, and then they can repaint it and put him in like Bucks uniform if they don't already have, because they'll release different figures. They did like legend figures, or if you want to get a different pose, but if they make a figure of a player, it's spot on. Like I have a Barry Sanders, a couple old ones, and you can tell with the leg size and the height, and like I said, the face. Like McFarlane makes the best figures. They're the only ones that are licensed with MLB, NFL, NASCAR, NBA, and most of the figures are spot on. Every once in a while, you'll get one where, like an old Damian Lillard, the face didn't even look like him. He looked like fucking Andre Miller or someone else. And then they usually get complaints, and then they'll go back, and then they'll make another one with like a better face on it. But usually the tattoos, and then body size, leg size, arm size, it all matches up, and they're pretty fire. But usually the ones that I have, I don't take out of the package. They're still in the package. I got like rookie LeBron. I got all kinds of old school McFarlanes and starting lineups, and they're kind of cool to look at. There's not too many brands that sell these type of things. Since starting lineup started in '88, and then they ended in 2000 their contract, and then McFarlane took everything over for all the different organizations: NBA, MLB, NFL, NASCAR, NHL, and they also do like Ozzy Osbourne and a bunch of these other Spawn, because that's who makes it. Todd McFarlane, the guy that does the Spawn comics, he's the one that does the figures as well. If you didn't know that, Todd McFarlane. Would love to meet that guy one day. Yeah, but it's cool if the player goes to another team. But McFarlane comes up with different ones too, where they'll have like the athlete's autograph, the McFarlane, and then they'll seal it, and then it has the autograph in there, and those are rare. Like I've seen a Russell Wilson, I've seen a Johnny Football, and a few others. It just depends on which one that you're lucky to get, if you get like a case or whatnot. So Dylan in the building, what to do? Calvin Griffin in the building, Nathan Dotson in the building. We got a 2-1 game, top of the 6th. This game has gone pretty quick. 1 hour and 49 minutes. Hopefully the game ends up going pretty quickly. Looks like we're pacing for that. Dominic Smith. Pitching change for the Phillies. You got Vince Velasquez in there now instead of Chase Anderson. Had a pretty good day. But they're down 2-1. How you doing, Dylan? How's your day going? How's most of it fit? Good? Just no? All the pants? What about shorts? Why not? Why didn't you buy? You just gonna wear mine? Oh, okay. Well, you can return them. Or I can. It's all good. Oh, it's good, man. Got a new job. Like I said, got things going. I'm going to work tomorrow, so that's good. It's about 1.5 miles. Big strikeout right there. I'm going to start work tomorrow, so 8 to 4:30 for the next 2 days, and then they're going to see if I like it and see if I feel that it's a good fit. And then if it's not a fit, I'm going to end up going somewhere else. They have a few other jobs that are a little bit earlier, like 6 to 2:30 in the morning. But if I'm going to be doing YouTube on top of, working full time, I mean, if I can get to a job at like 8 or 7 in the morning, that would suit me a little bit better. So that way I can at least sleep in, and that way I can still get my reading and my film study in, do YouTube. So I'm definitely going to be jam-packed. And I got to be able to pay fucking taxes off. I got to pay like $600 back by the middle of May. So yeah, it feels good. 1.5 miles away. Usually the jobs are out here about $16 to $20 an hour to start. So the pay's pretty good. It's going to be like shipping and receiving. So normally I'm going to be doing sales or customer service on the phone, or shipping and receiving, for different types of companies, for different types of products. So I definitely can do that. It's usually warehouse or sales for me. So I'll do that, and I'll keep grinding and get this fucking taxes paid off. And like I said, we got WrestleMania on the weekend, so Swaggy P will be in the building. We'll do a live stream watch party for Saturday and Sunday if I can get everything working with the Peacock network or Peacock app. WrestleMania is this weekend, so I'm looking forward to doing a live stream on Saturday and Sunday. And then we got the NFL draft at the end of the month. I'll be doing that, and if there's any other news that pops off, I'm going to be doing coverage on the NFL and college football, as well as the draft, MLB, wrestling. Those will be the main 3 things: NFL, wrestling, and MLB, until we get closer to football, and then I'll be 1,000% invested in football this season. It'll be year 5 for me on YouTube, and year 9 overall with the grind. So, because I started everything on 2012, 2013, so many videos, you know what I mean, and it just feels good to, keep it moving and hopefully get well over 20,000 subscribers. Hopefully we can get to like 21 to 25, somewhere in that general range. This depends if YouTube is going to promote me or not. If I can get partnered up, I got a potential kind of like sponsorship opportunity from another company this week. So if they want me to be like an influencer or they want to sponsor me, I already got, collegiate art design, so I already have one. But if I can start racking them up and get 2, 3, 4, and then hopefully I can get YouTube to promote the channel a little more or recommend my videos a little more, and then I can get more people, to hop in and get more subscribers. But I'm going to keep working hard and trying to go from 100,000 to 200,000 hours, 3.3 million views to 4 million to 5 million, and then to go from 1,000 videos in the library to 2,000. And I'm never going to stop. So I'm going to keep grinding it out. And like I said, obviously baseball's a little challenging, compared to NFL and college football. But I'm up for the challenge, because I got to grow the channel in any way that I can. I just can't do football and then, do nothing, for 5 or 6 months and then come back. I guess I could, but I don't know if I like it that they're doing 2 nights, but I guess if we're going to get more action, then I get it. Instead of like doing something that's like 5 or 6 hours straight, if they split it up, for like 3 hours and 3 hours or 4 hours and 4 hours, I don't know. It gives us an opportunity to grind it out, and I can do 2 different live streams with it. And I guess sitting in a chair for 3 hours is better than sitting in a chair for fucking 6. But Preston sounds like he's going to be here with me for both days, so I'm excited for that, and it should be a good show. I saw the card for day 1 and day 2. Day 2's card looks better than day 1, but hopefully day 1's card will be halfway decent, and there'll hopefully be some surprises with it as well. And I love wrestling, so, and then hopefully when I have more money coming in, I can do AEW, their pay-per-views. They have like 4 a year, so if I can invest in $50-$60 every time they do a pay-per-view, I don't mind, because I love AEW the most. And then we'll see if WWE can catch up with their storyline, because I think AEW storyline's a little bit better, factions are better, wrestling overall is a little bit better, but you still got some superstars over there like Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre and The Fiend, so there's still some interest to be able to see what happens. So I'm excited to see what happens at WrestleMania this weekend. Big wrestling fan. Absolutely. 2-1. Little chopper to first base. Bryce Harper. Come on, my guy. Yeah, normally 1 hour or 1 day is good for WrestleMania, but if you get more matches, then because NXT is split up into 2 days too, I believe. So I think NXT TakeOver is going to be Wednesday and Thursday. So that would be something that I could do possibly if I guess if Peacock Network has it for free or I have to pay. I don't know. I don't know anything about Peacock fucking Network right now. I need to figure out if I need to pay for these pay-per-views or how this is going to work. I don't really know. So I know I'm going to probably have to pay for WrestleMania, but I'm going to have to probably pay for NXT, I would assume. TakeOver, it's a pay-per-view, but anyone that has WWE Network, no, Peacock Network, if you've paid for it, it's like $4.99 with no ads, or $4.99 with no ads, $9.99 a month, like WWE Network was before with ads. So I'm gonna do the one without ads, pay the $9.99, but I know they allow you to look at material now for past stuff, past shows and past pay-per-views, but I imagine I'm gonna have to fork out some cash this weekend on the credit card or debit card, right? And once the fans and COVID is over, once we get to the end of 2022, not the end of this year, but the end of the following year, hopefully we can get fucking past this and we can get back to getting to normal. Because I want to go to Seattle and watch Seahawks games. I want to go to Seattle and watch Mariner games. I want to be able to go camping, and I want to be able to go to a bar maybe once in a while and throw some beers back or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just I hate the way that we're having to fucking live life like this, but we have to be safe. You can't be ignorant and stupid, and otherwise you're gonna fucking die. So 2-1 game, bottom of the 6th, 2-2 count. Mets are still ahead. Hope everyone's having a good day. It's Tuesday. Dylan's in the building. Nathan's in the building. Calvin Griffin's in the building. Got a new job today, so I feel good about that. I'd still be at the old job that I was at if I didn't have that depression that hit. So that was a bitch. It fucking sucked. But I feel like I've turned the corner. I'm eating better. I'm exercising, right? I'm being able to communicate with my friends more. I got to see my dad for the first time in about a year to have that Easter Sunday brunch dinner. So I feel that everything is really looking up for me. And I said I'd try to take a challenge and doing something like the MLB. So it feels good to be able to challenge yourself and do something that maybe you're not as familiar with. And like I said, if I want to grow the channel and grow the fan base, I got to go outside my norm. And I can do NBA, I can do wrestling, I can do MLB, I can do college basketball, March Madness, but I'm always going to be NFL, college football #1. But it's always nice to be able to challenge yourself, and like I said, I want to be able to get this channel to 25, 30K sooner than later, so I got to put in the work and put in the grind. So my dad's good. He's got diabetes. He's getting older. He's 69, 70 years old. Loves the Dodgers. His health has been declining a little bit. He's got a little eye issue. Had like kind of a mini stroke like last year before. So I worry about him. I love him. He's like one of my best friends. He's my hero, besides Ken Griffey Jr. I love spending time with him. So for COVID and his, diabetes, not being able to hang out with him because, he wants to get the COVID shots and he got his first COVID shot. So that makes me feel good. And my stepsister works in the hospital kind of industry, the medical industry. So I'll be able to get a COVID shot for free, probably at some point here pretty soon. But yeah, he's doing the best that he can. And like I said, I want to be able to hang out with him as much as possible so that way we can watch Dodger games together. And especially when he's been a fan since the 50s and they haven't won a pennant since '88, since last year. So it was a special moment, and I didn't even get the chance to watch the championship or the playoffs with him, which was kind of shitty, But prior to that, we watched a bunch of games together. He lives about an hour away from me, so I always try to, if I'm watching sports and, obviously NFL and college football and NBA and wrestling were second nature. I didn't really have a connection to baseball besides my dad, and that's the reason why I'm kind of doing the MLB games as kind of a tribute to him. But I want to be able to do Dodger games, but when the Dodgers aren't on, I'm going to keep it moving. How you doing? Keep it moving. I'm going to keep grinding, so.
That was a great play, and McCann made a great play. Not sure Realmuto figured he was going to catch that in the air on the bounce, and he picked it right out of the air. Yeah. McCann.
New York Mets, Philadelphia Phillies, live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. Bottom of the 6th inning. 1 out, runner on second base, 2-1 count. And I still got a lot of things I got to do. I got to get out there and exercise. I got to get my walk in, trying to walk about 30 minutes to an hour every day. So I don't know if I'm going to end the stream before the game is over or not. Try to walk with the girlfriend, spend time, especially if I'm going to be working 8 to 4:30. She works from home. Then I'm going to be grinding on YouTube, and then we have shows. I like Bear Grylls. I like watching that. So I got that on the DVR. I watched The Flash. I've been watching that since the very beginning on the CW. I love that. I love anything that's Marvel or DC related. But The Flash is a good TV show. Definitely like watching that. Mayans is great. So if you ever, want to watch something that's, oh, what a grab. Ooh. And he got him. But if you, Mayans MC, Mayans Motorcycle Club, if you ever watch Sons of Anarchy and like that, Mayans is kind of same type of thing, but instead of, following a lot of the Caucasian bikers, the white bikers that they had in Sons of Anarchy, it's kind of following kind of the Mexican gangs that they have in California, Mexico kind of border, which is, it's a pretty fire show. It's on FX, I believe, but it could be on like HBO or Showtime. A lot of shooting, a lot of drugs, a lot of craziness, but it's one of the best shows on TV right now. I highly recommend it. If you're looking for something new to watch, Mayans MC. It's fire. They definitely have some good actors and actresses in it, and it's always popping off. Always a fucking gun battle or a drug deal or something crazy going on. It's dope. All right, Mets 2, Phillies 1. Runner on third, 2 outs. See if they can knock them in. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Appreciate every single one of y'all, Fanatic family in the building. Obviously, we know about the Sam Darnold trade to the Panthers. I absolutely love it. I know a lot of Panthers fans hated it when they initially saw it, but I think that it'll grow over time with them, and especially if you get a Kyle Pitts or a Jamar Chase or a Penei Sewell to add to that, you're going to be definitely excited moving forward.
Marcus Stroman wants Gene Segura to try to pull this baseball. Instead, Gene Segura has to stay to the
Mets fans
ballpark.
on the road
Right center
in
field.
Philadelphia.
Can drive it, not roll over.
New quarterbacks and new teams. My kind of breakdown of a lot of the players that have switched teams. Andy Dalton, Matthew Stafford, just to name a couple. Did a nice video that was about 45, 50 minutes long. Lenny D in the building. What to do? Did you subscribe to it? I know they've been taking off a lot of the content, but if we want to watch WrestleMania and do a watch party, I got to pay the money. So I know you have some content that's free. I don't think you can rewind on Peacock, someone was saying. I think Cash Out was saying that you can't rewind on it, but I need to subscribe to it if I want to watch WrestleMania. Now, what about NXT TakeOver? Do I need to pay to see that? Is that going to be Wednesday and Thursday for you wrestling fans that are in the building too? But yeah, I'm not too thrilled about Peacock Network. I wish they just would have left it on WWE Network, but Vince is so fucking greedy. You know, he wants those millions and millions and billions of dollars. NBC Universal Peacock is some shit, but they got rich. So I don't know. Hopefully it ends up working out, or maybe they sell it to someone else, but I guess we have no choice if we're wrestling fans. We got to live with that. I think they come on actual TV. What does? The pay-per-views? So I know NXT, one of the days NXT comes on TV, but then the other one I think is exclusive to Peacock on like day one or something, and then day two maybe you have to, I don't know. I got to go back and do some reading and figure it out or whatever, but I'll end up watching it at some point, but NXT. Well, NXT is moving to Tuesdays, but what about the pay-per-views? So, I mean, some of the takeovers, you know, were on like the network only, and then they started putting some of the recent ones on TV, but I don't know what they're going to do now since they've switched to Peacock. I don't know. But I hope that the stream is decent for the Peacock. I don't know how that's going to work for WrestleMania. Like, they should have did all this shit after WrestleMania. Why did they have to do it before? But I haven't heard anything positive about Peacock Network. I mean, they're obviously, taking away all the content that is X-rated or R-rated. You know, a lot of the stuff that we grew up watching in the Attitude Era is being taken off. I mean, that's the reason why we want to watch it. So I guess the only place we can watch some of that shit is, YouTube. But we might not even be able to find it on there either. So, yeah, I got one of them in here. Should be another one in there too.
Yes, they're born at 30 weeks. They're born.
But I hope everyone is having a good day. We got the Mets and the Phillies. WWE too damn greedy, right? I'm excited for the draft, but I am excited for WrestleMania. I don't know if I like it that they're doing 2 days, but I guess if I was doing a live stream for fucking 5 or 6 hours, or 2 of them for 3 hours apiece, I would rather do that. So we can at least get a break on our butts, or depending on if we're standing up or sitting down on the couch. And, I'm trying to get things organized in my life. Got a new job today, so I'm going to be doing full-time work, and I'm going to be doing full-time YouTube, so it'll be a grind. And obviously with the schedule, 8 to 4:30, weekends are off. I'm still going to be grinding, MLB wrestling and obviously NFL coverage. I'm super excited about the NFL draft. This might be the most anticipated NFL draft for me of all time. Might be the most overhyped quarterback NFL draft of all time, but we're going to definitely see a lot of movement, and it's going to be lit. I mean, the coverage on all these players and all these moves, I mean, Tom Brady last season was amazing for me, but this year it's looking like Matthew Stafford could be the Tom Brady, that same type of scenario, especially if the Super Bowl is in L.A. Matthew Stafford's going to try to do the same thing Brady did. But we're going to see what all the other teams do. Excited to see what the Eagles do, as well as the rest of the teams, Lenny D. I don't know who you have in mind, but I'm not sure if I believe in Howie Roseman and the Eagles. I mean, I just hope you guys don't finish last in the division, because I think Washington's going to be good. I think the Giants are going to be good. As long as Saquon can stay healthy, they rebuilt that defense. They got some pieces. I have a lot of question marks for Dallas and the Eagles, based off the roster and how it's looking right now. So we'll have to see. And then we could end up seeing Dallas and the Eagles towards the top. But, I mean, Dallas' defense is fucking horrendous. I don't know if Dan Quinn can fix it. And the Eagles have a lot of holes. So, I mean, it would have been really nice for them to pick Kyle Pitts or a Jamar Chase. You know, that could have been a game changer. You know, like the best wide receiver that you've ever had, like better than a Deshaun Jackson. Or you could have a Kyle Pitts that could essentially be a Zach Ertz or better, paired up with Goddard, and you traded back. And those guys might be like generational talents. I mean, Kyle Pitts might be the best player in the draft, and you drafted out of that position. Because even if you get more picks, you're not going to get a Kyle Pitts. You know, you're going to get players that are not as good as him. So I hope that doesn't, you know, come back to bite you guys. And if Jamar Chase turns into the next Justin Jefferson, you guys might be kicking yourselves for years to come. But, you know, just like the Rager pick. But I don't know.
The swing where Gene Segura fell back one step, and then he had to regroup.
He draws the walk, and we send it to Kevin for an update.
Got an update now. Garrett Cole's an animal. Jacob deGrom, Garrett Cole, the two best pitchers in the game. Period. I like Trevor Bauer. Bauer outage for my Dodgers. All right, you got Walker Buehler. You got Clayton Kershaw, but I mean, if you're talking about guys that can get you 10 to 15 Ks almost every start, it's Garrett Cole from the Yankees and Jacob deGrom for the Mets. But I hope everyone's having a fantastic day, Tuesday. I'm going to have to get my workout in, eat dinner, get to bed a little bit earlier today, even though I'll probably stay up a little late. And hopefully the job isn't horrible. Hopefully I end up enjoying it, doing some shipping and receiving and whatnot. And I know that there's another guy that's working there right now, and I might be replacing him. So we'll see how that goes. And if I don't like it or if they feel that it's not a fit, then I'll be able to find something else. But I'm trying to do that 8 to 4:30 window so that way when sports is on or wrestling that I can still get home in time and still live stream at a decent time. And doing 6 to 2:30 sounds nice, getting off at 2:30. But I don't like the idea of waking up at like 5 in the morning if I don't have to. So fouled off. 2-1 game. Mets have the lead. Highest batting average since 2018. Howie Kendrick, 322. Second place, Jeff McNeil. Who the fuck is that? He's on the TV right now on the Mets. Mookie Betts third. 315, DJ LeMahieu at fourth. Wow, that's crazy. Who would have thought that Jeff McNeil would have the second highest batting average since 2018 out of everyone in the MLB? That's a great stat right there. You learn something new every day. New York Mets, Philadelphia Phillies, live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, at NW Sports Fanatics.
You need so many components to click for an entire year, then in the postseason.
So I think at this point, since, you know, I got other things that I need to do, I did a live stream for the quarterbacks earlier today. You know, normally I would like to be able to push the stream out all the way to the end, and I'm going to do that on 99% of the streams. But I think for, you know, me wanting to be able to, you know, get dinner done, get my workout in, you know, I got a full-time work. This was something that I was contemplating maybe or maybe not doing since I already did a live stream show today, that I might end the stream a little bit early, so that way I can kind of get situated for tomorrow. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Like I said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday. Like I said, I just have a lot of things that I got to get done. I'll probably continue to watch this in the background while I eat, and then I'm going to go get my workout on, so that way I can keep up with that. My mental health is very important, so I want to make sure I'm eating right and I'm getting that exercise. Obviously, you got to spend some time with the girlfriend as well. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night, and I'll be back more than likely tomorrow after I get off work. I'll let you know how work went, and if anything is popping off in the sports world, hopefully we have another NFL trade or some movement or something to talk about in the NFL. I'll be able to hop back on. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'll be back very, very soon tomorrow. And I got one question for you. Who you know talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.